The real law. The real law, the 10 commandments of the law of God, which he sent to put the work, the 10 words. First commandment, you shall fear Jehovah, your God, you shall serve him and cling to him, and you shall swear by his name justice and only justice you shall follow, that you may live and inherit the land of the Jehovah your God is giving you. You shall be holy, for I, Jehovah your God, am holy. You shall love Jehovah your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all with your mind, and all with your strength. This is the first and greatest commandment of the real law. Amen. Second commandment. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than this. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another even as I have loved you. By this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you that love for one another. You shall not have hate your brother in your heart. You may surely reprove your neighbor, but you shall not incur sin because of him. You shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against the sons of your people. Execute true judgment. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Jehovah, so show your love for the forging. Amen. Third commandment. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am Jehovah, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of all the houses of bondage, and you shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol or any likeness the earth beneath or in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, Jehovah, your God, am iniquity of the fathers on the children, to make the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me, and showing loving kindness unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of Jehovah your God in vain, for Jehovah will not leave him unpunished who takes his name in vain. Amen. Fourth commandment. Remember the Sabbath day to keep its holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is Sabbath to Jehovah your God. In it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter, your male or your female servant, or your female servant, your cattle, or your servant who stays with you. For in 6 days Jehovah made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in a day, them, and resettled the seventh day. Therefore Jehovah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it, and the sons of Israel must keep the Sabbath. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual convenient. Amen. Fifth commandment. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be prolonged in the land and you must not curse your father and your mother. Every one of you shall reverence his mother and his father. I am Jehovah, your God, and you fathers correct your son, and he will give you comfort. He will also delight your soul. Amen. Sixth commandment. You must not kill your neighbor, and was said, nobody shall be angry with his brother, or so innocent blood will not be shed in the midst of your land, which the Lord your God gives you as inheritance, and blood guiltless be on you. Amen. Seventh commandment. You shall not commit your adultery. Do not profane your daughter by making her a harlot, but because of fornications, it was said, a man shall leave his father and his mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh, and you shall not intermarry with them. you might take some of his daughters for your sons, and his daughters might play the harlot with their gods, and cause your sons also to play with the harlot with their gods. Amen. 8th commandment. You shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another. You shall not oppress your neighbor, nor rob him. The wages of a hired man are not to remain with you all night. Until morning you shall not have cursed deaf man, nor place a stumbling block before the blind. But you shall not reverse your God, and I am Jehovah. It was said, you shall not rob your father or your mother. Amen. 9th commandment. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Let none of your think bad evil in your hearts against his false oath. Therefore you shall not despise your neighbor. You shall not go about as slandered among your people, and you are not to act against the blood of your neighbor. I am Jehovah. Amen. The last and 10th commandment. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or his female servant, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. Amen.